There was a specific night in my early 40s when I stopped pretending to be other than I am. At a party where the effort felt particularly enormous, I put the glass down and found the nearest calm corner of the garden and stood there and felt the relief of not performing for the first time in years. The night I stopped pretending was not a dramatic night from the outside. The night I stopped pretending was the night I finally decided that the performing was the thing that cost the most, not the actual living. The night I stopped pretending was the night I started giving myself the same grace I gave other people for being exactly who they were. The night I stopped pretending, I stood in someone's garden and just breathed. The night I stopped pretending, I felt the particular relief of being nobody's version of what they needed me to be. The night I stopped pretending was the night I set myself free from the accumulated costumes of the years of trying to be right. The night I stopped pretending was the most important night. I drove home from the party without the post-party analysis, the usual inventory of what I'd done and said. Instead I drove home in the particular quiet of someone who had nothing to replay in their head, because I'd been exactly who I was at the party. Nothing performed and nothing calculated. The night I stopped pretending was the night everything renegotiated into more honest terms. The night I stopped pretending was the beginning of the simpler version. The night I stopped pretending was the end of the diversion, of the performing for the room, just the actual. The night I stopped pretending was the most radical thing I ever did. The night I stopped pretending, I stood in someone's garden and just breathed. The night I stopped pretending, I felt the particular relief. I still put on the coat of the occasion sometimes, the professional version and the social version too. But underneath the coat is now the actual that I know, and the actual that's true. The night I stopped pretending in someone's garden changed the underneath of all the coats I wear. The night I stopped pretending is the night I found what's there underneath, which turned out to be enough. The night I stopped pretending was the night I called the bluff on the performing, on the decades of the trying to be right. The night I stopped pretending was the garden, was the night The night I stopped pretending, still breathing in someone's garden at 42, in the actual, which was enough, which was always enough. There is a quiet before the hard thing happens that is different from the ordinary quiet of days. A particular charged and knowing silence before the conversation and its ways. I've sat in that quiet a few times now, at the kitchen table with the coffee going cold. The quiet before the news, the quiet before the ending, the quiet before something gets told. The quiet before is the body knowing something. The quiet before is the mind becoming nothing. Just the waiting and the held breath and the here before whatever the next thing is arrives. The quiet before is how the body survives. I've learned to stay inside the quiet before, not to rush toward the thing that's coming. The quiet before has its own quality, its own particular kind of numbing. It isn't denial exactly, more like pause, a held moment in the particular clarity of the not yet and the almost and the threshold. The quiet before its own charity. The quiet before is the body knowing something. The quiet before is the mind becoming nothing. Just the waiting and the held breath and the here before whatever the next thing is arrives. The quiet before is how the body survives. Looking back, I'm grateful for the quiet befores, the moments between the ordinary and the changed. They gave me space to be still before the motion, before the life was rearranged. The quiet before is not the problem. It's not the dread, it sometimes feels like it. It's a room between the rooms of your life, a brief and necessary interim sit. The quiet before is a gift if you can hold it. The quiet before is the world beginning to unfold it. Whatever it is, the quiet before is the preparation, the readying of the self for what will be. The quiet before is also part of the me. The quiet before is passing now. What comes next comes next. But first, this, the quiet before.
I didn't expect to feel this way at 50. I thought that particular voltage was for the young. I thought the falling had a kind of expiry, that somewhere in the middle years it was done. And then she sat across from me at dinner and said something that required my full attention. And I felt the particular shift in the atmosphere that I hadn't felt in years without the mention. At 50 the feeling is a different texture, more precise and less desperate than before. At 50 you know what you're feeling when you feel it. You felt enough to know the core. First love at 50 isn't first at all. First love at 50 is the catching of the fall in a something that you recognize completely, because you've been here in a different year. First love at 50 is the one that's clearest, because you know the cost, because you know the weight. First love at 50 isn't early, it's late, in all the best ways. I told a friend and he said, aren't you too old for this? I said, I hope I'm never too old for this. The particular electricity of someone new is not a thing that should have an abyss. At a certain age, the falling is still the falling, and at 50 the falling is more considered, more deliberate and more calling. At 50 you choose the falling differently. You don't fall by accident the way you did at 20. You fall on purpose into what you've chosen, and the purpose makes it more than plenty. First love at 50 isn't first at all. First love at 50 is the catching of the fall into something that you recognize completely, because you've been here in a different year. I asked her if she wanted to get coffee. She said yes, the way that opened up the next. And the next was all the particular evenings of two people past the particular pretext of youth. Just two people in the actual of the wanting and the choosing. First love at 50 is the most truthful love I've had, because I brought the most of me to it. First love at 50. At 50 I finally knew it. First love at 50. She's coming for coffee. She doesn't know yet what she started at 50. I know exactly.
There was a specific night in my early 40s when I stopped pretending to be other than I am. At a party where the effort felt particularly enormous, I put the glass down and found the nearest calm corner of the garden and stood there and felt the relief of not performing for the first time in years. The night I stopped pretending was not a dramatic night from the outside. The night I stopped pretending was the night I finally decided that the performing was the thing that cost the most, not the actual living. The night I stopped pretending was the night I started giving myself the same grace I gave other people for being exactly who they were. The night I stopped pretending, I stood in someone's garden and just breathed. The night I stopped pretending, I felt the particular relief of being nobody's version of what they needed me to be. The night I stopped pretending was the night I set myself free from the accumulated costumes of the years of trying to be right. The night I stopped pretending was the most important night. I drove home from the party without the post-party analysis, the usual inventory of what I'd done and said. Instead I drove home in the particular quiet of someone who had nothing to replay in their head, because I'd been exactly who I was at the party. Nothing performing, nothing calculated. The night I stopped pretending was the night negotiated into more honest terms. The night I stopped pretending was the beginning of the simpler version. The night I stopped pretending was the end of the diversion, of the performing for the room, just the actual. The night I stopped pretending was the most radical thing I ever did. The night I stopped pretending, I stood in someone's garden and just breathed. The night I stopped pretending, I felt the particular relief. I still put on the coat of the occasion, sometimes the professional version and the social version too. But underneath the coat is now the actual that I know, and the actual that's true. The night I stopped pretending in someone's garden changed the underneath of all the coats I wear. The night I stopped pretending is the night I found what's there underneath, which turned out to be enough. The night I stopped pretending was the night I called the bluff on the performing, on the decades of the trying to be right. The night I stopped pretending was the garden, was the night. The night I stopped pretending, still breathing in someone's garden at 42. In the actual, which was enough, which was always enough. The morning after I turned 45 was the most ordinary morning I had known in years. The same coffee in the same cup at the same window, the same particular tone of the morning coming through, that it always comes through. The morning after I turned 45 had no particular new information in the light. Morning after I turned 45 was the proof I needed. The morning after I turned 45 was the most completely heated argument against the fear that 45 was going to land different. The morning after I turned 45 was the most indifferent kind of proof that life just continues. The morning after I turned 45 was the best surprise. The morning after I turned 45 opened the same eyes in the same window, in the same coffee steam. The morning after I turned 45 was the puncturing of the dream of kind of laughter had all the anticipation. I'd been building the 45 for months, imagining the cliff, a significant passage into the territory of the particular midlife riff. And the morning arrived and was Tuesday, a Tuesday with the ordinary sky. The morning after I turned 45 had no explanation of the why, of the continuing ordinariness, which was the explanation. The morning after I turned 45 was the most reassuring kind of lesson. The morning after I turned 45 was the most forgiving kind of blessing of the continuous. The morning after I turned 45 was the best surprise. The morning after I turned 45 opened the same eyes. The years I've been afraid of have arrived, and each one has been the ordinary morning after. The cliff I was imagining was a Tuesday, and the Tuesday was its own kind of particular laughter at the anticipation of the catastrophe. The morning after I turned 45 was the most worth the living for. The proof of the surviving of every year that I was afraid of before it came. The morning after I turned 45 was exactly the same morning, and that was everything. The morning after I turned 45, same coffee, same window, same morning, different number, same life, same me, still here. Took a trip in early spring to nowhere specific, a city chosen mainly for its distance. I wanted unfamiliar streets and faces, a place with no accumulated insistence. The hotel room was clean and had a window that looked onto a parking structure wall. I sat in there the first night eating takeout and felt the most like myself I'd felt all fall. Someone else's city where nobody knows my name. Someone else's city where everything's the same, is everywhere but lighter by some particular degree. Someone else's city is the place I go to be free. I walk the grid of avenues for hours. I had no destination, only direction. paid at a counter in a place called something, and made no particular connection. The woman at the counter called me hon, the way she called the other strangers too. I ate and left and walked back to the hotel, carrying the ordinary like it was new. Someone else's city, where nobody knows my name. Someone else's city, where everything's the same as everywhere, but lighter by some particular degree. Someone else's city is the place I go to be free. There's a thing that happens when you leave your context, when no one has an expectation of your face. You can walk around inside the pure present and let the past stay back in its own place. I've left and come back enough times now to know that what I'm leaving from is always there, but the leaving gives me something for the returning, a breath of unfamiliar air. Someone else's city saved me once or twice. Someone else's city was worth every price of the ticket and the hotel and the walking through the streets of the unknown. Someone else's city is how I come back home. Someone else's city I'll go again sometime, when the walls here get too much like mine.
I've had this corner table for 3 years now, or close to it in most of how I count. The staff rotate, but the corner stays consistent, and consistency is what I'm here about. I've written things at this table I'm not sure about. I've read books that change the way I think. I've sat here through enough seasons to know the window changes with the light and what you drink. The corner table is my most consistent address. The corner table holds my accumulated thoughts no less than any room I've lived inside officially. The corner table is a room corner table has seen me through the bloom. A woman came in once and asked if she could share it. The place was full and she had nowhere else. I said of course, and she sat opposite with her laptop, and we worked in parallel like two shells. We talked a little when she needed something from the menu. I told her what was good, she took my word. She left at 3 and said thank you for the company. The best kind of company I'd heard. The corner table is my most consistent address. The corner table holds my accumulated thoughts no less than any room I've lived inside officially. The corner table is a room. The corner table has seen me through the bloom. When the cafe eventually changes or closes, as all places do in time, I'll have to find another corner somewhere. But this one has been mine for 3 years of the Thursday afternoons, of the particular light of this specific window. The corner table knows me in a way that consistent places get to know you. The corner table will close eventually. The corner table can't go on indefinitely, but for now it holds the shape of my most ordinary, most consistent version of being alive. The corner table is where I arrive. The corner table, still here, still mine. Still the corner, still the light. Through this particular window, still right. $50 at the bar feels like arriving somewhere, not the destination of the life exactly, more the particular landing of the pace that the bar has been pacing toward. Precisely. For the years of the coming here, since before 50 was anything, 50 at the bar feels like the right weight for the glass and for the particular ring of the music on a Thursday. What 50 feels like at the bar is the most comfortable I've been here. What 50 feels like at the bar is the most particular kind of clear that the years deliver to the regular. What 50 feels like at the bar is the arrive. What 50 feels like at the bar is the finally thrive into the pace that fits the living, into the glass that fits the hand. What 50 feels like at the bar is the most I understand about what bars are for, about what Thursdays are for. What 50 feels like at the bar is what I came here for. All along, without knowing it, the glass feels different at 50, not heavier, more settled in the hand. The bar feels different at 50, more earned than I had planned. For it to feel more deserved in the sitting. What 50 feels like at the bar is the most fitting version of the evening I've had in decades of the coming here. What 50 feels like at the bar is the most deliberate kind of arriving. What 50 feels like at the bar is the most particular kind of thriving. In the simple, in the regular, in the Thursday. What 50 feels like at the bar, here's the arrive. What 50 feels like at the bar is the finally thrived. I've been coming to this bar and its various forms since before 50 was anything to reckon with. And what 50 feels like at the bar is the most particular reckoning with the years and the finding of the right weight. What 50 feels like at the bar is the most worth the wait of the years of the Thursday by Thursday. What 50 feels like at the bar is the most particular Friday, becoming Saturday, becoming the decade. What 50 feels like at the bar is the most particular grade I've earned. What 50 feels like at the bar, like this, exactly this. The glass, the light, the particular Thursday, the arrived, the 50, the right. The place is closing after this last weekend. 30 years of something in these walls. shook the hands of all the regulars and told us what the city finally calls. I've been coming since my middle 20s. I saw my first real live show on this stage. I've been here for the glorious and the ordinary, and for the music at its every age. The last night at the Starlight, and we all know it's the last night. The last night at the Starlight, and the music plays 3 times as right as any other night in 30 years of evenings, because we all know what this is. The last night at the Starlight, and nothing after this. The band played everything the crowd would ask for. They played past the regular closing time. The owner cried once visibly while smiling, and poured around on him at 9 to 9. People said things they'd been meaning to say for years to the person at the bar since '89. Some friendships started here on nights like this one, and all of them were part of the design. The last night at the Starlight, and we all know it's the last night. The last night at the Starlight, and the music plays 3 times as right as any other night in 30 years of evenings, because we all know what this is. The last night at the Starlight, and nothing after this. Buildings close, but the music travels with you. I carry this place in everything I know. The sounds inside these 30 years of evenings belong to me wherever I will go. There's no replacing what a place becomes over years of people bringing it their lives. The Starlight held a lot of us through a lot, and a place like that survives. The last night at the Starlight, but the Starlight goes on in us. The last night at the Starlight is the beginning of the different years. The last night at the Starlight isn't everything from here. The last night at the Starlight, lights going down. Thank you for everything, for 30 years, for all of it. I ordered a drink at a bar I'd never been to. Something off the menu that looked interesting. The bartender made it with the particular care of a person who